Hi, and welcome to our series of educational videos that are designed to make you a smarter gambler. My name is Steve Bourie, and I'm the author of the American Casino Guide, which is the #1 best-selling book in the U.S. on the subject of casino gambling and travel, and the only book that comes with more than $1,000 in casino coupons. If you want to know more about me or my book, be sure to visit my website at americancasinoguide.com. In this video, I'll be speaking with gambling expert Michael Shackleford, who is also known as the Wizard of Odds, and I ask him all about video poker. We videotaped this interview with Mike in Las Vegas in September 2010, and I'm sure that it will help to answer many of the questions that you have about video poker and how you can be a long-term winner at the game. How does a video poker machine differ from a slot machine?
What they both have in common is the odds or the outcomes on the screen are determined by random numbers. The moment the player presses the button to make his bet, random numbers are chosen. In the case of a slot machine, they determine where the reels stop. In the case of video poker, they determine what cards you get.
How does the pay table of a video poker game affect the payback percentage on that game?
The way the pay table affects the payback percentage of a slot machine is players are going to get each hand a certain percentage of the time assuming optimal strategy, or actually assuming any kind of strategy. So say, for example, the player is going to get a full house 1% of the time. If one machine pays 9 for a full house and another pays 8 for a full house, the player who's playing the machine that pays 9 is going to get 1 extra coin every 100 bets, and a good gambler will fight for every percent that he can get.
How does a player's skill affect the payback percentage on a video poker game?
A player's skill level has a lot to do with the return that he can expect to get from a video poker machine over the long run. If you took a game where a perfect player would get 99.5%, I estimate that a completely recreational player is only going to get about 95% out of that machine. Skill is very important in video poker. A lot of players play video poker like they would play live poker, keeping kickers and things like that are absolutely horrible in video poker. It's critical to do some homework on video poker to learn proper strategy.
Is a video poker machine ever due to hit a royal flush?
Absolutely not. Much like slot machines, each time you play it, the odds are independent of everything else that happened in the past. With video poker, the odds of hitting a royal, depending on the pay table and strategy, is about 1 in 40,000, and it's always going to be that same probability. It doesn't make any difference when the last time a royal was hit.
Can a player use the same strategy on all video poker games?
The player absolutely should not use the same strategy in all video poker games. For example, you would be an absolute fool to use deuces wild strategy on any game where deuces were not wild. Even on more similar games, say double-double bonus and jacks are better, they still have very different strategy. A skilled video poker player will have memorized several different strategies for the games that he's most likely to play. And if he comes across a game that's over 100% that he deems worth his time to play, but it's a game that's not familiar to him, he will learn that strategy before he plays it.
Is there a best video poker game to play for the average player?
Most of the time, the best video poker games out there are either jacks are better or deuces wild. In some casinos, jacks are better will be the best, in some deuces wild will be the best, and in some casinos it'll be something different. So if you just want to memorize one strategy, which should it be? If forced to a decision, I would say learn jacks are better. The strategy is, you can learn a simple strategy. They're not that complicated, and you can also, once you know jacks are better, it's easier to learn other strategies like double bonus or double-double bonus because you only have to learn some exceptions to the jacks are better strategy. Whereas with deuces wild, while it's often a good game, that strategy stands on its own and it doesn't help you with other kinds of games.
Can video poker players really find games that are programmed to pay back more than 100%?
Absolutely. Here in Las Vegas, if you get away from the Strip, there are locals casinos that do have some machines, not all of them, that are set to pay over 100% with proper strategy. For example, where we're doing this interview at Sam's Town, they have full pay deuces wild that with correct strategy will pay 100.77% of money bet.
If some games pay more than 100%, why don't players just play those games and make lots of money?
For one thing, a lot of players are too lazy to learn the proper strategy for them. Another thing is that the machines that are set to pay over 100%, usually they don't take very big bets. $1 at the most, sometimes just 25 cents. The best machine in Las Vegas pays 101.7%, but it's just a nickel game. So these games are not going to be worth the time of most professional gamblers. However, if you're just a recreational gambler and are going to play anyway, absolutely look for those machines that are set to pay over 100%. And many casinos, for example, here in Sam's Town, they have big signs that say something like optimal play, video poker, return over 100% with optimal strategy.
Do casinos ever make a mistake and offer a 100% game in a higher denomination?
One of the best video poker games is called Full Pay Deuces Wild. It's characterized for paying 25 for a royal flush, 15 for a 5 of a kind, 9 for a straight flush, 5 for a 4 of a kind, 3 for the full house, and 2 for a flush and straight. With optimal strategy, that game pays 100.76%. You might ask, what's the most I can bet on that game? I think the highest I've ever seen it for is 50 cents. Usually it's just a quarter or a nickel. However, about a year ago, Caesar's Palace here in Vegas accidentally set their $100 denomination game, so that's a $500 maximum bet, to full pay deuces wild. A very rich, skilled player found out about that, and he played that game very, very hard. And at first, I hear that he was way down, but then he hit 4 deuces, I think, twice, and then hit a royal. And I think that he won over $100,000 before the casino realized that they completely blew it and changed the pay table.
Is there such a thing as a professional video poker player?
There absolutely is such a thing as a professional video poker player. Here in Las Vegas, there are hundreds of them. And what these players do is they seek out the best machines. They know all the strategies very well. Some of them are out there hunting for progressive machines where the jackpot is high. There are any number of angles that they can use to get their odds over 100%. Sometimes they will play a machine that's under 100%, but they'll do it because of points, mailers, and other niceties that the casinos give them on top of their play.
How can a player improve their skill at playing video poker?
There are plenty of books, websites, software that show the player the correct way to play just about any given pay table out there. My website, for example, has strategies for lots of common games like Jacks Are Better and Deuces Wild. Lots of software out there where you can put in any pay table and game and it'll tell you a correct strategy. Books about video poker. It is not difficult to obtain good information about how to play video poker.
How does volatility affect a player's bankroll on a video poker machine?
First of all, there's volatility in any form of gambling. When you play any game for a long time, it's like throwing a dart at a bell curve. That's going to determine your win or loss. With video poker, that bell curve can be very wide for some games like double-double bonus, or it can be tighter with some games like Jacks Are Better. You can tell the more volatile games if they have a lot of high-paying awards at the high end, for example, 4 aces and a 2 through 3 kicker. And if you can see that they're paying only 1 for a 2 pair and putting and making the high pays higher, that's going to be a more volatile game than, say, a jacks or better game. Playing video poker is like riding a roller coaster. Your bankroll is going to go way up and way down all the time. And that is just a fact of the game. It's just the laws of mathematics that you're going to have great days, horrible days, and some days in between.
How do Players Club benefits and casino promotions affect the overall payback percentage on a video poker machine?
Well, first of all, those things don't affect the machine itself. If, for example, a 9-6 jacks or better machine is going to pay 99.54% with optimal play, no matter what the casino is giving you through their player reward program. However, the player is a fool to ignore the benefits that the player club will give them. The player absolutely should always use his player card in the machine, no matter what kind of machine it is. And the player should carefully consider, how much do I have to bet to earn a point, and how many points do I have to earn to get $1 of, say, cash, free play, or comps? How generous is the casino with mailers if I ask for a comp? How generous are they going to be? The astute video poker player absolutely considers very carefully the niceties that the casino will give the player on top of the pay table of that machine.
What is your best advice for video poker players?
My best advice for video poker players is, first of all, hunt out the best machines. You absolutely should go looking for the best machines, and you don't necessarily need to check every single machine in a whole casino. There are good websites like vpfree2.com that list for every casino what are the best video poker machines in that casino, what denominations, and sometimes information about where they can be found. For example, here at Samstown, they have full pay deuces wild. You have to know what the full pay deuces wild pay table is. Go look for it, and then once you start playing it, play the best strategy that you can. Video poker strategy can get very complicated, but if you're just a recreational player, it's fine to just use a simple strategy that will get you very close to the optimal return.
How can people learn more about you and your work?
If you want to improve your odds in any casino game, I welcome you to visit my website, wizardofodds.com. It'll show you the correct strategy to at least 100 different casino games. Or you can buy my book, Gambling 102, which will show you how to play the most common casino games.
Don't forget that you can see more of our educational gambling videos on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/American Casino Guide.